Hey guys, did I ever tell you the story on the Dell that I bought, which is the last one I bought, which is the last one I'll ever buy from Dell? Well, if I had, I'm sorry. If I hadn't, I'd make it quick. I needed a computer for the van. So I get on the Dell website because I have a Dell account. You know, I get on the Dell website and I'm looking for a 10.5 inch Dell. And I figured that'd be good for me to keep in the van. It won't be too noticeable. It'll fit right where I need it to fit because it stays in there all the time. And I'd be all set. Well, they were showing 2 or 3 of them. One of them was 4, I guess it's gigabytes of RAM and a 250 hard drive. Another one was 8 gigabytes of RAM with a 500 hard drive. And if I remember right, the other one was like 11 or 12 inches, so I wasn't concerned. So one of them, the lesser, with the 4 gig, was $279 at the time. The 8 gig was $349 because it had 4 extra gig and it had a 500 hard drive instead of a 250 hard drive. So I call up and I was switched off or transferred 11 times. And I keep track of these things just so I can keep track. You know, I got nothing better to do. And the only reason why I kept being transferred is because I said I'd like to speak with somebody in the U.S., please. Oh, hold on. Another Indian picks up. Can I help you? Yes, I'd like to speak with somebody in the U.S., please. Hold on. 11 times that went on. All right, so let's put that aside. Finally, I said, I got to order this thing. You know, I'm tired. I'm not going to get anybody from U.S. because they are just not going to happen. All right. I even hung up and tried calling back. All right, and it didn't happen. So meanwhile, I said, this is what I want. I confirmed it with her. She confirmed it with me. I got an email with all that on there. Now, this happened a couple years ago, so I haven't got the email anymore. I still have the computer, though. But I get the computer in. I bring it out here. I'm hooking it up. I'm loading some programs. I'm doing some of this. I'm doing some of that. And meanwhile, while I'm doing this, I go in to check to see what the computer is offering me, what the speed is doing, and how much of whatever it is I'm using up, so I know, whereabouts I'm at. Well, when I go in and I'm checking this, come to find out they sent me the cheaper one. They sent me the 4 gig of RAM with a 250 hard drive. The only thing that was right was it was blue. And I didn't realize it was going to be the blue that it is. It looks more like a kid's toy than it does a computer. However, blue. I thought it would have been a little bit deeper blue and not so plasticky looking blue. You know what I mean. So anyway, I call them up. I must have been on the phone with them for over an hour. I don't know how many people I talked to, really. Because none of them seemed to have wanted to understand what I was telling them. So I finally get somebody on the phone, and I'm saying, here's the story. I says, can you look up my order? Yeah. She looks it up. I says, what did I order? She says, you ordered a 10.5. I forgot the model number she called it. And it has the 8 gigabyte RAM and a 500 hard drive. I said, right. What I pay for it? $349. Okay. Now, what's the cheaper one? Well, the cheaper one is like half of everything. It's got 4 on the RAM, and it's got 250 on the hard drive, and it's $279. Okay, so, and I paid what? She said, you paid $349. You got the better one. I go, well, that's the problem. I didn't get the better one. I got the cheaper one. Well, I don't know what to tell you, sir. Well, what do you mean you don't know what to tell me, sir? Well, to make a long story short, after an argument, and me starting to get pissy, justifiably so in my case, being switched off 2 or 3 different times again, I got the answer as to, well, I must have made a mistake. I made the mistake, and they weren't going to do anything about it. Wait a minute. It's not like I'm trying to get a better one out of you. You see that I paid for the better one. When I send this one back, you will see that it's not the better one. So, like, hello, I'm not asking for anything other than what I paid for. Well, never got it. I still have the old one, the slow one out there. It works, but it's not what I expected, and it's definitely not what I paid for. And after that, I will never buy another Dell. That's an Acer. Acer's not too bad. I've had a couple of them. That's that one there. I have a 17-inch Acer over here. Now, I blew the USB port on that, but that was my fault. So, and the other one I like, I bought it. They say it's no longer part of, but it used to be a part of IBM. Oh, shit. Oh, I can't even pronounce the thing. I'm trying to visualize the name. But I'll tell you what, I have a 14-inch, and I have 2 other tablets, and those computers are great for the money. So far, I haven't had any problems with them, nor have I ever had any problems with the Acer. It'd be a hard choice as to which one I'd want to buy if I went to either or again. I don't know. So, but at that point, Dell is definitely out of my system. Never again. Never again. And they were so good at one point. When I bought this one here, 2 weeks before the 3-year warranty up on it, the motherboard blew. So they came out to replace the motherboard and the keyboard. So that's a brand new computer, basically. Right? I said, whoa, you can't beat them. There's Dell right there, right? That's the Dell I knew. Right? And the next thing you know, bingo, they go to hell. So meanwhile, screw Dell. Anyway, guys, I'm walking around, wandering around. I'm trying to load up a video, and I can't seem to get there because I keep thinking of something. And I said, well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well just get it done now so I can dump it on you guys so I don't have to do it later. And then later, I can watch your videos. So, and I will be back. Walking around the yard, working around the yard all day, and never lose a pound. See, my problem is I do a lot of night picking. When I say night picking, I'll get up at 11 o'clock and make a cheeseburger. I mean, that's just the way I am. So when I use the weights, I just have to watch it because I can't lift because I got sit-ups or anything because I got a big hernia here. So I have to use light weights, but light weights work. So it's just you're burning the muscles. The muscles are starting to do something. If you don't eat, the food that it does get, the body starts hanging on to it, turns it into fat. So you can eat less and gain weight. I learned that when I was going to the gym. So I got to start doing some light workout. I can still do, flies and curls and, benches, triceps, biceps, back. I can still do waist. I can still do some light sit-ups, leg raises, stuff like that. I just have to watch this, that's all. But I can drop like that. I got screwed on a few things. I got screwed on anybody that really knows me. I sent it to General Motors. I'll tell you, my weight comes on and off like crazy. All right. Where am I? Oh, I'm going to try working on this, so let's try that. So I'm going to shut you off. I don't know what OnStar is doing right now, but when they first came out, it was like exactly what I wanted, or what I was trying to get across to them, but I had more. I had it not only for directions, but for emergency, which they started doing, but also to where it was tied into the computer in your car. So that if I was driving down the roads of Arizona and a check engine light comes on for some reason, I have no idea what the hell's going on. You know, there's a car going by me once every hour. You know, I can just hit the button, call the dealer. He can check on his computer what my car is actually doing. There's a few things that he can perform. Pull over, put it in neutral, put it in neutral, put it in park, put it in park. You know, depending on what it is. Bring the RPMs up to 2,000, you know, or whatever. Yeah, and but there's certain things that he can diagnose or even reset on your car while you're not even there. And then he just bills your credit card for it, or your debit card, or whatever. Or he can tell you, it's important, you have to come in, the nearest dealer is here, however, if you don't think you can make it and you're safe location, we can send a truck out and they'll be there in a certain amount of time. And then every now and then check in on you, you know. So that was the continuation of what I had set up with OnStar. I didn't call it OnStar. I didn't have a name for it. However, I got screwed on that one because I lost the letter in moving. We moved from the house to the boat. We put things in storage and never found it. So I got screwed on that one. Because I had a mechanic involved. I had a guy that owned his own business for years. He worked on high-end foreign cars, well known in the state of Connecticut, and he was related to my wife. And so I talked with him about it. He says, yeah, he says, things that can be done. Good idea. You know, he'd even want part of it, and he would have some of this as well. I needed it. But again, I can just sell the idea. You know, I never patented it because I had the letter. So why do I have to go nuts? I can prove it with the date that was stamped when I signed for it. You know, and when I sent it to them, again, they had to sign for it, which they did. So I lost out on that one. And then I had another one. Shop at home. Now, I may have told you guys this one day. It probably wasn't the time that you wanted to hear it. You wanted to hear something juicy, but my juicy stuff is mine. The travelers one day hit me for 3 questions about myself or interesting facts about myself or something, and I really don't like giving out a whole lot of information. I give you tidbits here and there, but here cleaning time. Gee, let me groom myself while I'm on video. So anyway, no ladies, I'm not going to take a shower. I'm not going to show this luscious body to you women out there. Or some of you guys. But meanwhile, another one that I worked on and had a prototype was shop at home. I had it made up on a disc that the stores, mainly grocery stores, it could have went to any store after that, but grocery stores is what I was concentrating on, to where you turn on your computer and it gives you a shot of the store. So basically, I'm going to walk through the store in an order with a camera, and everything in that store is going to be tagged. So when you're walking down the aisle, you'll be able to turn and see the ketchups, the mustards, the condiments, the baby foods, the beans, whatever's there, you're going to be able to see it. And when you put your mouse over it, it'll let you know what their price is for the day and if there's a coupon on it. If there's a coupon on it and you have that coupon, you enter the coupon number in and it automatically gives it to you at that price. And it goes into your cart. So you can virtually shop at home, like a video game. had it made up. I had hot points so that when you hit a certain point, the screen would change again to bring you more up to date so that you're not using a lot of memory and things. I had all set up. I had a programmer do it all for me. I was going to cut him in for a piece of the action. He said, well, they ain't worried about it. And listen, this works. You know, I said, I want you to know, you're going to get some of the action here. So another friend of mine who now lives in Florida says, well, Jesus, not only was he a friend, but he was my banker. I'll tell you more stories about that anyway. So he's with me. He says, I know, I'm not going to mention names, an owner of a very large food chain and a supplier to the food chains. He said, let's go talk to him. So we went to talk to him. I didn't bring a non-compete clause. I had nothing to prove that we talked to him other than my banker. But again, it's just hearsay. Well, about a year and a half later, Peapod came out. Yeah, it's called Peapod or whatever, where Stop and Shop, I think it was, does deliveries and things like that at home. You can shop at home. Well, this guy I talked to was part of the Peapod and Stop and Shop and all those other stores. So I basically gave him the idea. He never had a copy of the disc. He did see it, however. When you're trying to sell an idea, you do what you can. And, I like to look at people as trust and a handshake. And if my banker knew him, I'm thinking he's cool. But at this point, apparently he wasn't, because he took that idea. So that's two ideas that would have put me into the billions, really. However, I don't sit there and grieve about it. It happened. Okay? So don't take on worries and problems that are out of your control. I mean, I'm sure I can probably find a lawyer. Well, back then, not so much now. And I probably could have found a hungry lawyer.